Thanks, everyone. I also to thank Sarah, to thank Barnaby, and to thank Julie, Suzanne, everyone here for organizing such an event. I cannot forget to thank Lynn, who is at the back there. I also pay my respect to all the VIPs here and to all the Tasmanian community represented here. It is also a pleasure for me to pay my respect to the traditional owners of the land who have been able to keep our country so fresh at the level it is now. I believe in the life of every human being, there are two important moments. The first one is a time of death when everyone, all the family gets together and they cry over the separation and the going forever of someone. And the second time is the time of birth, by inversion, which is then a time when the whole family gets together and they celebrate because there is a newcomer. And I believe the whole of Australia, the Australian community as a whole today, is actually happy because we have a newborn baby today. And congratulations to the 17 conferees. I can promise you that you've made one of the best decisions of your life into accepting the Australian citizenship. Australia as a country has great things to offer, but accepting the citizenship also comes with high expectations and responsibilities. I would like to finish a short story. But, I would like to continue by sharing with you a story, a sad story, but the intention is not to make you feel sad. It happened in 2008. I came here with my family in 2008 and carrying with me behind the memories of brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins, and many others who remain in the Congo under the oppression of the current regime. But being here just 3 weeks after my arrival, we went through a very hard experience. It was a racially motivated act against us. We didn't witness it, but we were actually the victims. I would allow myself not to tell you exactly what happened, but I want you to get the picture that the thing that went through in June 2008 was something very bad. It was a racist behavior against my family and myself. But why am I saying that? Because after a while, then I started to carry all that bad experience for the rest of my time in Australia until recently. Then it's recently that I started to think and say, what was behind the man who committed that racist act against my family and against myself? Then I discovered a few things which really show what it means to be Australian. I realized that the man actually failed to understand that if you're out of Australia, you can say, Australia is my country. But when you get to Australia, you have to say, Australia is our country. The man failed to understand that Australians, we may be different, but we are one people. The man failed to understand that I may be different based on the color of my skin, based on my religious expectations, based on my sexual orientation, based on the traditions that I respect. I may be different, but the good thing about Australia is our differences come together and they merge into one another, forming one community. This is what the perpetrator of the act failed to understand. He failed to understand that in Australia, everyone belongs. And this is about Harmony Day. We all belong in one country and we all make the progress of one nation. Then, because I had the habit of telling that sad story everywhere I went, to every forum, to every meeting where I hear people talking about discrimination and racism, I had the habit of telling that story. But recently, in November last year, I was attending a broadcasting conference with Dr. Helen Suski, who is the former Race Discrimination Commissioner. And I had the chance to talk to her. When talking to her, I wanted to share with her the story that I had been carrying for so many years. But I couldn't. When I went back home, I said, why didn't I feel comfortable telling Helen what I have been going through. It's then that I realized that something has changed in me. The status has changed. Before I was saying the story, fingering to Australians, telling them, look, you are Australians, you have to do this, you have to make things better for us, you have to take responsibilities, you have to educate people. You are not doing enough efforts to make us feel accepted. Before I was doing that. But facing Dr. Helen, I realized that I couldn't do that anymore. Because before I was not an Australian, but now I am an Australian. So who can I condemn? So the time for complaining is over. It is time for me to go to the root of the problem and fix the problem. It means that when you get the Australian citizenship, it comes not only with privileges, but it also comes with high responsibilities. It is time that we don't complain about things anymore. Being an Australian citizen is not just carrying a passport or being allowed to study at university using Hagues or being allowed to travel to some other locations without requiring a visa. But it comes with responsibilities that you are there to embrace other cultures, to educate other cultures, to accept other differences. This is what being an Australian means. That is why I would like to encourage you that as from today, you have changed your status. You are no more who you used to be, but you have embraced another way. It is the new Australian way, thinking in a different way, taking responsibilities, defending the flag of the country everywhere you go, defending the Aboriginal population everywhere you go, and defending the core values that founded this nation 100 years ago. I would like to congratulate all of you and to thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the future as fellow Australians. Congratulations.